What do you do when the people closest to you betray you? When your dreams seem impossible? When your life falls apart, piece by piece? Today, we tell the story of Joseph, a young man whose journey took him from a shepherd's field to a prison cell to the palace of Egypt. This is the story of Joseph. Joseph was only 17 years old, the son of Jacob, born in his father's old age. Jacob loved Joseph more than all his sons. He made him a special robe, colorful, beautiful, unmistakable. But favoritism breeds resentment, and Joseph didn't help. God gave him dreams where his brothers bowed before him, dreams where even the sun, moon, and stars bowed down. Joseph told them. His brothers burned with jealousy. Hatred grew in their hearts. One day, Joseph was sent to check on his brothers in the fields. When they saw him coming, they said,
"Here comes the dreamer."
They planned to kill him, but instead, they stripped him of his robe, threw him into a pit, and sold him for 20 pieces of silver to traveling merchants. Joseph cried out. No one answered. His brothers returned home with blood on his robe and lies on their lips. Joseph was taken to Egypt, alone, afraid, forgotten. In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh. But something remarkable happened. Even as a slave, God was with Joseph. Everything he touched prospered. Potiphar put him in charge of his entire house. But temptation came. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him. Joseph refused by saying,
"How could I sin against God?"
Angered, she lied that Joseph tried to sleep with her and left his robe when she screamed. Joseph was arrested and thrown into prison, faithful and falsely accused. In the darkness of prison, God was still with Joseph. He gained favor again. He interpreted dreams for Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. Both dreams came true. Joseph begged the cupbearer,
"Remember me when you are free."
but he was forgotten. 2 years passed. Chains, silence, waiting. Then Pharaoh had dreams, strange dreams no one could explain. Suddenly, the cupbearer remembered Joseph. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh. He said,
"The interpretation belongs to God."
He explained the dreams, 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. Pharaoh was amazed. That same day, Joseph went from prisoner to prime minister of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh himself, at 30 years old. The famine spread across the land. Joseph's brothers came to Egypt for food. They bowed before him. They did not recognize him, but he recognized them. The dreams had come true. Joseph tested their hearts. He watched their guilt, their repentance, their change. Finally, he wept. He revealed himself.
"I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt."
They trembled. But Joseph said,
"Do not be afraid. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good."
Joseph forgave them. He saved his family. And God used his suffering to save nations. Years later, Joseph said,
"God sent me ahead of you to preserve life."
the pit was not the end. The prison was not the end. Betrayal was not the end. God was writing a greater story. If you are in a pit, if you feel forgotten, if you are waiting, remember Joseph. God is still working, even when you cannot see it, even when it hurts. your story is not over. If this story encouraged you, subscribe for more Bible stories and faith-filled inspiration. Like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today. And remember, what others meant for harm, God can turn into purpose.